Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Many years ago, I wrote a sketch for Saturday Night Live that was never produced, where the idea was that there's like a guy, like an evil guy, like a Beetlejuice or a Candyman, and you have to say his name X number of times and he appears. But the joke of the sketch was you had to say his name 100 times. So it was sort of like Candyman, 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 and then people would lose count before they got to 100. Anyway, that doesn't help you at all. But here at the Treasures of the Planet Hollywood auction at Heritage Auctions, ha.com, March 20th through 24th. These are pieces I am very drawn to because I have been wondering whatever happened to some of these Beetlejuice pieces for years. The Giant Town miniature, I think, is at Warner Brothers, and obviously the sequel is coming out, I think, this summer, which I'm really excited about. But check this out. This is the Dante's Inferno miniature where Beetlejuice is sort of hanging out, and you can see sort of a little Beetlejuice sitting in his rocker up there. Just love the detail on this. There's some fencing missing and whatnot, but who gives a crap? This is just so wonderful. And then the house, Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis's house, just gorgeous to sort of see. And I'm gonna, without anybody yelling at me, yeah, maybe. Look at that. Let's just get a kind of come around on that. Just look at this model. Really interesting because it is obviously a model miniature playing a model miniature. That's sort of the point, which is just kind of an interesting thing in prop collecting world, which I just kind of, I don't know, just love that aspect of it. And that's not it for Beetlejuice. We're going to kind of come over here. And this is one of the things about this Planet Hollywood auction. Don't be confused by it. These are screen used props from the movie. Sometimes though, Planet Hollywood wanted a bigger display and they couldn't get the prop they wanted didn't exist, they would go to the source. So come on over here. These are various, from this is the hanging guy in the office. These are the two Beetlejuice masks. These are all basically reproductions, if you will, but made by the actual guy whose name is who made these masks, made these various things, the shrunken head guy, they're the creature mask, the hanging guy, and they're just absolutely fabulous. And they're incredible display pieces, even though technically speaking, they are obviously, and to be really clear, and they are labeled as such in the catalog, they are not props from the movie. But again, you can't get the prop and you want something, I'm thinking some of this stuff will also be somewhat reasonable, which is just kind of wild. So something to think about as you're kind of piecing together your Beetlejuice collection. I honestly don't know which of these. I like both of these so much, and I love that you have them basically displayed next to each other, that they had these in the Planet Hollywood collection, that they're in the auction, but that you're displaying them right next to each other. This, of course, is the hero axe from The Shining. There's a hero and a stunt. This is the hero. This is a real, actual, heavy old axe.
Yeah, these are...
Yeah. And
this
is its cousin in a weird way, from Misery, the hobbling hammer. I don't even know what one hobbles
Kathy
with.
Bates, right?
Yeah, Kathy Bates, just fabulous key moment.
You
Also, I mean, look at that. Look at the but I mean, we're not doing it justice.
Yeah,
these are real.
These are
yeah. You could do some damage. You could, yeah.
And I think people knew like all of the Shining axes at one time came from Planet Hollywood.
Right.
So they probably had 6 of them at one time.
And over the years, sort
and
of
they've
slowly
let them out.
let some
and this
of them
was
go.
the one that they held back.
This
for
is one they
dear
held
life,
on to, right?
And the stunt one we have one more one that's demolished. We decided not to sell it. It's shattered and beaten to death. But hero-wise, I mean, to me, this was the one they always decided to keep back.
At the Kubrick exhibit, the one that travels around, and I think they have they have a couple too, but they did like a wall display where they're all kind of like in the wall, and it looked incredible.
That's
cool.
But
I mean, just two crazy, wonderful pieces of. I guess I gotta go Shining if I had to pick.
It's hard.
I know, it's really hard. Yeah,
Shining probably.
Yeah, just because it's The Shining, and we got a chance to interview what's his name, Lee Unkrich, about his Shining book, and I don't know if he's come and looked at this yet. I'm sure he knows all about it. Just this is, I don't know why, this to me is the epitome of what this Planet Hollywood auction is all about.
Absolutely.
Because Treasures of the Planet Hollywood at Heritage Auctions, March 20th through 24th, Misery to Shining with Gremlins behind us.
And the typewriter.
By the way, the typewriter, can you hold this
Yes.
a second? I got to show this off. Sorry, really quick. This is the stunt typewriter. So it looks like a real typewriter, but it's actually, you can see there's foam on the bottom, so I can kind of hit you in the head.
It's truly a
not
stunt.
really that heavy, and just kind of incredible to kind of just
that's why
bash
we were
on
like,
the head with. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you want that movie, here you go.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
If you're a dirty bird and you want this movie, but the range again from Misery to Shining and everything in between, it's sort of like. And this is, I think, what's fascinating about the 5 days, because it's you basically, I'm sorry, the 5 days of the auction is basically, there's no, like, how does one say, there's no signature day. There's no, each day unto itself has, I don't know what to call them, blue chip treasures. Each day has some like lower end stuff too, but each day has incredible things. And it keeps you on your toes. You can't just be like, oh, I'm only going to concentrate on day one and then the other 4 days or whatever. You're very crafty that way.
Well, this
Joe.
was, we learned
very
from,
crafty.
We learned from Greg Jean.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, I remember you were at the Greg Jean sale saying, you need to, that was 500 lots.
Yeah.
This is 1,600.
Yeah.
So like that was part of the thing when Brian and I laid this out in kind of our heads of what this would be like. It like, how do you pace this? How do you give everybody an opportunity?
Your original idea was just one day.
One day.
24 hours in a row.
One day. We're going to do it all in one day.
Just by the end, you just got
and like, everybody in the building is like, well, quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, we can't do that. And then we thought 3 days and then like, we figured, okay, 5 days. But you're right though, I think, but again, there's something for everybody. Whatever you like, whatever film, whether it's television or film.
The genres, like from classic Hollywood, Kubrick,
60 Batman,
Rob Reiner, 60s
I
Batman.
Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah, it's just
Beetlejuice.
wild. Yeah, and I know this sounds so crazy because like I don't think these things even fit together, but we're gonna back up half a step. And we're standing literally next to Sarah Jessica Parker's from Hocus Pocus. And the book too, which we'll get some better shots of. But I mean, the Hocus Pocus book next to Misery, next to The Shining.
But the spell book, the Sanderson sisters spell book. I mean, these are like if you want horror, like from that, like good.
But pick your horror: Shining horror, funny Disney horror, and again, I just the range.
Gremlins horror,
exactly.
It's all here.
The range, it's just wild. Check it all out at ha.com. You can come to Beverly Hills till March 18th. Check the stuff out in person yourself. You can also always reach out to Heritage, to anybody in Joe's office about anything you need extra, whatever, shots of or information on, whatever. I do that all the time. And as long as you ask nicely, and if you don't, we'll hit you with that. And check out the rest of our Heritage Auction Treasures of Planet Hollywood videos available at the Stuff Dreams Are Made Of YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/@thestuffdreamsareMadeOf.